Hope you're all having a beautiful Thursday. I'm certainly having a Thursday. I've got a little notification on my streaming software telling me that I should go vertical. Does anybody want me to do a vertical stream? Because I sure don't. No. Almost everything that I paint is in landscape. And if I were to optimize myself for being an artist who's successful on social media, I would probably correct this. But, like, no, ew. Some things are just better in landscape. Like me. I'm landscape shaped. And personally, I think that's very beautiful. What a wonderful thing to be. Anyways. Hi, everyone. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. It's wonderful to be present. Anyways, let me catch up with chat. Shall I attempt to do that? I think I shall. Silly, hello, hello. Welcome on in. How's it going? Lovely to see you. Lux, hello as well. Welcome, welcome. How are you doing? It's wonderful to see you also. This is what we're painting today. Hello, hello. A 3-stream steak from Silly. Oh my goodness. That's 3 steaks! Enjoy your steaks! I hope they're delicious and cooked to perfection with whatever seasoning or sauce you prefer. Turnip! Hi! Welcome in! How's it going? Wonderful to see you as well. Hello, hello. Lux says no. Horizontal only. I agree. AKA bedtime for all. Oh boy. I was up and active quite early today. Trying to get a lot of stuff done and having things happening in the house and all kinds of confusing jazz, to which end I really wish that I'd had time to, like, take a nap or something, because, yeah, it's been, a day. You know when you're expecting a delivery and you're waiting for the delivery and then it turns out that the delivery just went through the letterbox, like, an hour earlier and you've, like, been putting off going to the bathroom because you didn't want to be in the bathroom when the doorbell went, and it turns out they just put it through the letterbox anyways. So that happened to me today. Whoops. Oh well. And then another thing that I was waiting to be delivered, because I had 2 deliveries today and a visit from the electrician. It's been a day. The other item that I was waiting to be delivered, I was expecting it to, supposedly it said it was going to arrive by 1:30. It didn't. But because of that, I was like, okay, I'm just going to hold off on, like, making lunch and doing noisy kitchen stuff until that delivery's arrived, so that I'm not in a situation where I don't hear the doorbell go because the kitchen's on the other side of the house to the front door. And if I'm doing noisy things, there's a chance I won't hear that doorbell. So I'm like, okay, I'm just going to put off doing any, like, food or drink activities until it's been delivered. It's 1:30. That's a perfectly acceptable time to have lunch. It's fine. Don't worry about it. And then 1:30 came and went and nothing. So I ended up just giving up and having lunch at, like, 2:30. And the delivery arrived about 10 minutes ago, so here we are. Yay! Anyways, the good news is I have a new kettle. Yay. And I've still got paint, so also yay. Let me pop these little painty-doos out. Oh, you know, speaking of paints, I had a thought the other day. And it's a bad thought, and I need to share the bad thought so that you can all feel my pain with regard to the badness of this thought, and that is duochrome watercolors. They exist. I don't have any, but they're so pretty. And now I want them. Oh no. I found a range of them that look really, really good, but they only come in, like, 15 milliliter tubes. And I feel like for trying something out, I'd love to be able to get something smaller, because let's see, this pot of paint here is, how many milliliters is this? This obviously is, this is 12 milliliters, and that's, like, a reasonable amount of paint. Especially for, like, a watercolor. Like, this is Warhammer. I'm just for size scale. This is 12 milliliters of paint. If this were 12 milliliters of watercolor, that you'd get a lot of mileage out of that. And the tubes are a little bit bigger than this. And I'm like, that's too much paint and therefore too much expense to, like, take a gamble on, you know? So I don't know if I want to do it. Because what if I'm like, yeah, this is cool, and now I'm never going to use them? Then, like, what was the point, you know? So, I'm just gonna sit with that for a while and give it a lot of thought and then probably never get them. But yeah, duochrome, super pretty. If you don't know what I mean, it's that sort of like color shift effect that you see sometimes, where like if you look at it from certain angles, it like, oh, you know, it just looks teal, and then you look at it over here and you're like, oh damn, how is it now purple? You know, it's very cool. I used to, when I was in like middle school, I had a nail polish with that effect. And I loved it so much that I considered it too precious to actually regularly use, so I never used it. Also, I just do a lot of stuff with my hands, so inevitably within moments of putting on the, you know, like cheap, like drugstore nail polish that I was able to afford on my like middle school aged allowance, within moments it would be chipped. So yeah. In case you're wondering why my nails are never painted now, it's because it will last about 5 minutes and then look like absolute garbage. Also, I bite, so. Anyways. I am a sensible and functional adult person. I swear. I'm not even convincing myself with that statement. Let's be real. Anyways, let's take a look at this little landscape that is being crafted today. I'm having fun with this little scene. I hope that you like it. I hope it's cute. I like that sort of the foliage is kind of growing into like the side of the cottage. I gave them a little vegetable patch where they're growing some, well, fruit patch, I suppose, because they're growing strawberries and some cherry tomatoes here, and these are, I don't know, maybe like wild garlic or something delicious like that. He's just harvested like a basket of strawberries. Maybe they'll make jam. That'd be nice. I love making jam. Am I good at making jam? No, I absolutely break all the rules. I don't add enough sugar. I make super small batches. Sometimes it just goes in a Tupperware. But, you know, I'm not making it to, like, sell it or keep it for months and months and months. I'm just making it for a delicious thing to go inside my Hungarian crepes, which will get eaten within 2 weeks. So, like, who cares? They're also growing love, says Lux. Gross. No, it's not gross. Or a compote. Compote. Well, now I'm hungry. Yay. I mean, I could go have a ginger nut, but no, I shan't. I don't want you to have to hear my crunching sounds on stream. I did manage to make myself some drinks, even though, literally, my new electric kettle arrived, like, 10 minutes before stream started, so I made these by painstakingly boiling water on the hob, which takes a really long time. Strawberry jug wine, says Lux. Oh, what were those? Do they still make those? Those like fruit wines that you can get from like the wine shop at the supermarket, and they're really inexpensive and fruity and not very delicious, like really sweet, and are very Lux, no! I walked into that. I know I walked into that. It's fine. No sorries. I walked into that one. You had to. Anyways, what's the name of that wine that I have memories. Now, to be fair, the like cheap wine drink of choice when I was a young person was there was this one like Italian red wine that was the cheapest one that they had in the downtown LCBO, and it was surprisingly good for an incredibly cheap red wine. But I actually quite liked it, which is weird. Yes, they do, says Lux. Oh my goodness. The cheapo fruit wines. I remember when I was very young, I was never allowed to have them, obviously, because they were full of alcohols, and I was, you know, underage child, but the, like, the wine coolers, like the fruity wine coolers, they just made them look so appealing with, like, the packaging and the flavors and stuff, and I was like, these are the height of sophistication, and I wish I was drinking them. But no, I didn't, because, like, they would be gross and I wouldn't like them. But I didn't know that, because I was a stupid child. White Zinfandel, yes, with, like, strawberry or peach, or maybe, like, wild berry if you're feeling crazy. I think I probably had about 4 sips of any of those, like, in my entire life, and I didn't like them. But I remember seeing the white Zinfs. I'm drinking tea. This is a wine spritzer. Delicious. This is a green tea with spearmint and a little cardamom. It's nice. I made it. I combined the ingredients myself. Wild berry, yes, says Lux. Wild berry is whenever they don't want to have to specify what berry's in it, because, to be honest, it's just sort of a generic berry-ish flavor. And there's a chance it will be good, or an equal chance it will taste like cough medicine. I can picture the packaging fully, says Lux, and have not seen them in about 25 years. You know what I like to enjoy when I'm in the old country? It's ginger ale. I have very much just become, like, a connoisseur of grandma's house things, like ginger ale and like, oh, opening a tin of Danish butter biscuits and actually finding biscuits inside instead of sewing supplies. That is the greatest day. The greatest day of anything at all ever. Anyways. But yeah, how's everyone doing? I hope you're good. Hope you're having nice days. My day has improved considerably now that I am here. Hello. Heck. Okay. Sammy, we are so old and I love it, says Lux. Listen, Lux. I am not to talk about my age on stream because it's not advisable and you shouldn't do it. But I am turning a significant age in just over a month, and I'm feeling some kind of way about it. So feel free to commiserate me, but also B, I'm gonna be in Canada for that birthday, so, like, if you're around, we should have a donut or something. Anyways, Nix, hello, says, hey, I'm a great fan of Werther's. Fine, I'm old, also, hello. Werther's are delicious. What are you talking about? They're delightful. Absolutely delightful. Also, keeping wadded up facial tissues up your sleeve. No, I haven't quite gotten as far as that, thankfully. But I do always have a pocket pack of tissues in at least one of my many pockets. So, anyways. Yes, also no. But yes, I've been meaning to look. I don't want to talk about this on stream, but I have actually been meaning to DM you about it. I'm just shy. Anyways. And you're so cool. Anyway. I'm gonna wet my brush, because these are indeed watercolors. For anyone who missed me talking about these watercolors the last couple of streams. Oh. These are the super granulating watercolors from Schminke, and as you can see, they super granulate. Look at the texture on these weird little flowers I painted. Especially this guy. This is the most interestingly granular of all of them. Like, there's so many colors inside this. I love it. I love it so much. Also, I would say, like, the Shire blue, which is green, really, very interesting. But they're all very cool, and I'm really enjoying working with them. So, yeah, that's what we're painting with today. They're quite interesting. Lux says, yes, blah, blah, blah. I will indeed. I'll send you a DM after stream. I'm gonna, how am I gonna remind myself to do that? I'm gonna set myself an alarm for, like, 7:30, which I will definitely be done streaming. I'd hopefully be done streaming by then. I don't know anymore. and say DM with Lux. Half past. Label. Okay, that's that. That's on. Okay. Okay. So you, thank you. Nick says, I'm passing a significant age on Sunday, not the same one as y'all, sadly. Oh, but still! Oh my goodness! Happy forthcoming birthday! Hell yeah! Love that for you. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. Indeed, indeed. Also, Nick says, says to Lux, I hope y'all have a good birthday in the UK. I second this. Hell yeah. Anyways, what was I gonna say or do? I forget. Oh yes, I'm painting. This is the super granulating watercolors, which are super fun. I bought 5 of them because they had like a 12 pack, but it was like 60 pounds, and I was like, no, we're good. That's too many. And I wanted to try it out, but I didn't want to spend a significant chunk of change only to have it turn out that, you know what, I'm not really feeling this. So I thought instead I might just, you know, give a few of them a go and see. And the bad news is it turns out I really like them. Very much I do. So, you know. Oh no. Heck. Okay, but what I wanna do is I wanna add some like textures and detail and features to this, but I don't know if I should like, should I add textures and detail and features and then shade, or should no, I should add in the texture and detail and features and then shade. 'Cause I might add in things that I will want to add shadows to. So that's what I'm gonna do. Okay, sorry. A lot of thinking out loud, I think, happens when I'm doing the thing. Turnip is lurking. Thank you so much for the lurk, Turnip. Much appreciated. Hell yeah. Okay, so I think first of all, I want to make some happy little flowers. I think I want to do some happy little flowers just up in these little window boxes here, actually, which are literally just going to be little doots. And I'm just gonna use the galaxy pink for that because I think I want it to stand out nicely. And I think that'll stand out quite nicely. I've also been debating whether or not I want to put like wind chimes on their porch because I think wind chimes would be really cute, but I don't know if that's going to be too visually busy. I simply cannot decide whether or not wind chimes is overkill. I think it might be, honestly. I think I might just leave it at that. Because there's quite a bit happening on the porch already, and I don't want to overburden it with too many details, you know what I mean? But yeah, let me just see what size of, actually, okay. What size of doot am I working with here? I can get quite a little doot. Okay, fab. Good. I'm gonna maybe saturate this lot of paint just a little bit more, because that was also quite pale. Just to make sure that it doesn't entirely sort of blend down and you can't actually see it anyways. Ooh, yeah, okay. It's subtle, but it's really cute. Lux says, I was eating my McMuffin and looked out the window and saw the reddest cardinal. It was wonderful. Oh, nice! Nice. I love that for you. Congratulations on seeing a lovely bird. That is heckin' rad. You know I love that for you. I can't actually recall if I've ever seen a cardinal just out and about. I must have done, but probably, I don't know, when I wasn't old yet and I didn't care about birds as much as I do now. You know how it goes. You hit a certain age and suddenly it's like, oh, you know, it's the coolest thing in the world, birds. And it's true, birds are the best. So super rad. There we go. I have dotted the window box with little flowers. They are like teensy, but hopefully cute. Anyways, Nick says, unfortunately I'm at work today, so I've got to go. Y'all have a great stream and enjoy the wonderful Sammy and her lovely... I hope you enjoy your work day. Thank you for stopping by. It was lovely to see you. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day. Thank you for stopping in. Anyways, what about Cardinal Official? Well, I haven't met them, so... No. But excellent question. My tea is already cold. It's only been like half an hour and my tea is already cold. Unbelievable. Is my coffee cold as well? Coffee's tepid. It's tepid. It's a decaf, incidentally. You know, I'll bring the Canadian as always, and you know I love it. Thank you, Lux. Okie dokie. I want to pop some little flowers out here as well, but should I do some maybe like loose blades of grass and stuff as well? Just to give us a feel of like I don't know, shrubby texture? I'm gonna get some shrubby texture in here. I don't know. But let me try. I'm gonna pick up the once again this Shire Blue, which is it's teal. It's teal with the occasional overtone of like incredibly green. So I don't know who decided that this was going to be called blue, but okay. They really should have called it Shire Teal, I feel like, but hey. That's not up to me. So I guess I'll have to defer to whoever named these. But it is not blue, it's teal. It's almost the same color as this, which is decidedly green. Anyways, never mind. I don't mind that. Gonna add in some of the desert yellow, which is definitely yellow. But it's a nice dirty yellow, which I think works for... Well, certainly works for like a desert setting, which is presumably what it was going for, but okay, time to add in some little, actually, time to test out the like intensity of this. Ooh, yeah, okay, good. That's fine. It's nice and sort of mid-intensity. And as always, my grass textures are just sort of draw some little lines pointing up. It's grass. And that, you know, I feel like it works. I feel like it gives the impression of there's grass happening here. And I dig that. Is it doing anything for it? I don't know. Hopefully it will when we get further into it. Anyways, how's everyone's week been? What y'all been up to? If you've been having a nice time, I hope you've been having a nice time. If you've been following along with my saga from Monday, you'll know that just a ton of my electrics died. So I was having quite a fun time having to kind of deal with that. So my new kettle arrived this afternoon just before stream, for which I was ever so grateful. Also means I'll be able to actually make a relatively efficient cup of tea when stream is done. Looking forward to that. So that'll be nice. But also I had to have an electrician come around yesterday to look at some lighting that was kaput. But also another thing that was also kaput, and they had to come back to deal with that because it ended up being more complicated. So they came back today, and and it turns out that it was so complicated that they didn't have the part that they needed, so they went to like a bunch of suppliers sort of in like the city's industrial estate to try and get the part. None of them had the part in stock because it is a very atypical part. So he's gonna call me and let me know when he can get the part. It's just never ending, I swear to heck. It's just frustrations. But at least it's nothing too like horrifically, you know, life disruptive, so it's fine. Oh, and the tap still drips because I couldn't deal with having to have an electrician and a plumber at the same time coming round. That's too much, too many, too stress. No. No. No, no. No, no, no. Does this feel grass enough? Do, 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 do. I honestly have no idea how much grass is enough grass. I feel like I was trying to sort of manufacture a sense of randomness, and in so doing I made it too random, and now I need to add more to make it feel the correctly amount of random. I don't know if that makes sense. I don't know. Anyways, I might add more grassy doots if I decide that there aren't enough grassy doots. We can do that. We can do that as we go on. But in the meantime, I think I want to also add some like texture into this little pathway here, so I might attempt to put together sort of a grayish brown and then use that to make the look of like there's some little like stones and stuff there. We'll see. I also don't know if all of my colors are just too soft. I would love to live in this place, says Lux. Oh, that's nice. We can see if they've got a spare room that you could hire out. Breakfasts are included, of course. Can't promise it's a good breakfast, but it is breakfast. Okay, so I've just mixed together some of the yellow with the deep sea violet, which is a really nice shortcut to kind of any manner of grayish. So I think that'll work quite well for some sort of just slightly just give some texture into this this path. Make it feel a little bit less like, I don't know, uniform, I guess. I'm just gonna add an array of little dirt/rock shapes, and then I'll kind of fill it out. Let those dry down, and then I'll kind of fill in the gaps. And hope that that hasn't made it infinitely worse. Oh no! Every time I add something, I'm like, oh, is this worse? Should I have just stopped? I don't know. Sometimes I feel very, like, self-confident, and then other times I feel very self-conscious. Excuse me, and it's a real crapshoot as to which it will be. While that's drying down, I want to say, so next month is a very special month-long art prompt list situation called Hollow Knight Art Month. And as you may know, I like to play Hollow Knight, so I will be doing the art from Hollow Knight Art Month. But the problem is, it happens over the month of May, and from like the 17th through to the end of the month, I'm not going to be in the country. So attempting to get a painting done on each of these days is going to be impossible. And to that end, I'm trying to, like, the prompt list having now been published and me having emergency ordered a whole buttload of new paper, because it turns out I was very low on paper. To that end, I've started, like, front loading some of the later dates with sketches that I can hopefully paint over the next couple of weeks. So here's my first sketch for Hollow Knight Art Month. It's just a little snail guy having a nice time, doing some kind of funky magic because he can. And this one is the shade trying to navigate some particularly thorny landscape. But when you can just float, you can just float through all this stuff, and it's like super totally fine. He's gonna be okay. Like they're good, you know. I like the idea of the little ghosty just giving up and being like, okay, you know what? If you're gonna be so reckless, I'm just gonna go off on my own adventures. and they're just gonna just float their way through the path of pain, and it's absolutely fine. So that's the first two sketches, and I'm already stuck on a prompt because I don't know what I want to do for it because I've got too many good ideas. Oh no. Hi Samantha, welcome in. How's it going? Lovely to see you. Welcome, welcome. Yeah, that's my first two sketches for Hollow Knight Art Month. I am looking forward to doing it. I think it'll be fun. But I have to start doing it now. And I said last time I'm just gonna do like a quick backgroundless sketch for most of these prompts, and then I didn't do that. I'm not even pretending to try and do that this time, but I'm gonna try and keep things as, like, fairly straightforward as possible, because I really do want to be able to do, like, the full month of stuff, you know? I think that'd be nice. So that's that. Anyways. Now I'm just filling in spaces on this. Turnips back from lurk. Hello, welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Hope you had a good lurk time. I hope it was just as it needed to be. And I hope whatever that was something good. And welcome back. Okay. Anyways, but yeah, I'm quite looking forward to seeing Canada again. I think that'll be nice. I'm not looking forward to the ensuing existential crisis I'm planning to have. I'm actually kind of already having, because of having a significant birthday day. But you know, life's like that sometimes. Just you know, thinking a lot of stuff, rethinking a lot of stuff. I saw an article yesterday all about, like, what's in and what's out and what's getting commissioned, what's most likely to actually get seen and considered and made in terms of, like, TV and film right now. And they're like, don't bother with period pieces. Nobody wants them. And I'm like, oh, great. Well, there goes every idea I have. Whee! Out the window. Guess I'll die. I know maybe I think a little bit catastrophically about these things sometimes, but my brain just goes, well, I guess I just don't deserve to live. Okay, cool. I don't know why. I do. But anyways. Turnip says, I failed at Hollow Knight Art Month last year, so I'm aiming for one nicely finished piece this year. You got this. You can do it. I believe in you. That's rad as heck. Thinking is a dangerous pastime, as Disney taught me. Oh no. Oh no. Thinking is indeed an extremely dangerous pastime. Okay, what do we think of of just the little sort of pathway? Did I overdo it? I was originally just gonna do like a couple little bits, and then it kind of got away from me. And now it's just a whole thing. I don't know. Pitching creative stuff is always difficult to turn. You put so much of yourself out there. Genuinely, it is. And I know some people I think are just like, some people can just be like an idea mill and just throw things out there and be like, okay, well, what about this? What about that? What about this, that, and the other? And just brainstorm a whole bunch of crap and hope one of them sticks. I don't and can't do that. I'm like, no, this story is very important to me and my heart and soul. And if you're like, nah, that thing's not selling at the moment, come back with something that's just a sequel to something that was on in the 90s, and then we'll do it. I don't know. I will just go home and sob and eat glass. It's bad. Turner says it's looking lovely. Hell yeah, thank you. I much appreciate it. Genuinely, I think I tend to DIY a lot of stuff, I think in part to knowing that it will hamper my success as a creator, but also it means that I'm not beholden to other people saying yes to my ideas. Like, what if I just filmed, like, you know, an entire feature-length period piece on my iPhone? Like, what if? It would be bad. That's what if. Turnip says, I left a media type career because I couldn't handle the environment, all the pitching takes, etc. I'm impressed with your drive. My drive is bad because I also have severe rejection sensitivity. So, I'm very driven, but I'm also just incredibly scared and paralyzed and will probably never do it. But also, thank you. I used to work in entertainment journalism, and thankfully I didn't have to I like never pitched anything when I worked in entertainment journalism. It was very reactive in that way. I would literally just, you know, every whatever appropriate period of time, my editor would just like send me an email and be like, hey, there's this new show, do you want to cover it? And I'd be like, yeah, sure. That sounds cool. And then I would do that. Or, you know, can you, we've been asked by the makers of this documentary to put together a listicle about this peripherally related thing. Can you do that? Yeah, sure. You know, would you like to go visit the set of Doctor Who? Yes, of course I would. I just waited for stuff to roll. Part of the reason that I left that job is that they changed editors, and the new editor gave all of the cool fun jobs to like his friends. And even though I'd been working there for quite a while, I never got to do anything fun anymore. I was like, wait a second. Oh, what? Oh, you mean I don't get preview copies of the TV shows I have to review? I just have to watch it as it goes out and furiously take notes and try to remember stuff? No, get in the garbage. So I left. Anyways, Scissor is just doing a hi bye today. Have a lovely day. Hello, goodbye. Thank you so much for stopping by, Scissor. It was nice to see you. I hope you have a fantastic Thursday. Thank you. Hell yeah. Okay. I don't want to add more grass to this because then I feel like it's potentially going to get too busy. But I also did put in pencil, I put in some of these little sort of like grassy mound textures here and there. I might just reiterate those where they are. Do they add anything? I don't know. Hopefully they add to the sort of just quite bouncy meadow texture of it. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. But it's something. I want to add some like wildflowers and stuff dotted about this as well. Turnip says, getting to visit the Doctor Who set would be amazing. I wanted to be an entertainment journalist for a while and then took on board how fast I would have to work. I'm a slow and steady sort of person. Oh yeah, it's very heavily deadline dependent, and if you are, I don't, like, it's been many years, so I don't know how it runs now. Honestly, it's probably worse. It's probably worse, for various reasons. But, at the time anyways, most of the time, if you were reviewing, like, certainly, I think a lot of the things that I reviewed were, you know, British TV programs. And normally they'd either send you just, like, downloadable, video files of the show that you're reviewing, like, a week ahead, or at least a few days ahead, so you had a chance to write up your review and get it out as soon as the episode aired. But there were some that didn't. And those were the worst. That just didn't provide, like, preview screener copies to anybody. And what that meant was you had to watch the show as it was airing and, like, furiously typing up your notes as it was happening instead of being able to go back and reflect, because you had to get the review up and out as soon as the episode, like, credits rolled. And that was really stressful, and I did not enjoy that. And once the job kind of became that more often, I tapped out, because I was like, I can't produce quality writing without having a chance to, like, you know, read over it and stuff and make sure that I'm being factually correct. But I think there's a lot of bad jobs in journalism these days. And I don't miss it for that. But it makes me really sad, because it was really fun for a while. It didn't pay very well, but it was fun at least. And, you know, sometimes rewardingness does cancel out the I can barely pay my bills on this, you know. Turnip says, I started a music blog an age ago, and I love the writing, but could not consume enough music to keep up. I like doing all the influences and history of the music, etc., etc. I mean, I feel that about, like, my YouTube channel. I would love to produce YouTube videos more often than I do, but a ton of detail and work goes into them. And I also have to have, like, I also have other vocations in my life. Sadly, I have to have a day job in order to pay the bills. I also paint, I stream, I have to cook meals in a day. I have to sleep. So, it's a lot. It is so much. And that being said, I promise I am still working on the next YouTube video. It will hopefully be out very soon. I'm hoping to have some time in the editing suite tonight and, over the weekend as well, so should be out soon. Anyways, Turnip says, I loved your cookie video, by the way. Oh, thank you so much. I'm really glad. That's really, really, really sweet. Thank you. That's very kind. That was a lot of work to get done and out there, but I really enjoyed it, so I'm glad that you liked it as well. Thank you. It's very sweet. Shall I continue to bent? Yes, I do believe I shall. Now, how am I gonna do some little flowers, and what color should I feel like I like yellow flowers in real life, but I think trying to layer the yellow on top of this is just going to end up making sort of a murky green situation. So I think instead of that, I'm going to try, like, some quite rich orange flowers, and then maybe some of the violet, just to keep things interesting. I think that might be quite nice. So I shall try. Get some little patches of blossoms in here and there. See how they go. This is tundra orange, by the way. I did try, and when I was picking my selection of colors, I did try and pick colors from various different locations instead of, like, a matching set, because I wanted to have that flexibility to feel like I can't only paint tundra with this, or, you know, I'm very restricted in terms of the shades I have, so I can only do things that are all kind of green or kind of blue. Just because, I don't know, I don't have the attention span for that. It's like, nah. Nah, with this set of 5 colors, I can kind of mix together any colors I want, and I feel like that's a bit more useful, I guess, for me. I don't know. Anyways, let me start just popping in some little flowers. Okay, yeah, this is nice and visible, which is fantastic. Okay, gonna have to make sure that I've got enough. If I start running out of paint, it does start to go a little bit more translucent, which is not as good, but keep on keeping on. Am I putting them too close together, I wonder? I'll drop one over here. And then another one over here. And I will keep adding little orange flowers until I run out of paint. I think that's probably a good way to do it. I hope this doesn't ruin it. You know, every time you're like, oh, I'm gonna add something else, it becomes a question of, will this new detail ruin my painting? Or is that just me? I don't know. Don't know. But it's definitely something that I feel quite a lot when I'm painting stuff like this, is that like, oh, if I decide to add another feature, I can't just like Control Z if I decide that I don't like the flowers. So I'd better really like adding some flowers, you know. Maybe there's just one here. There's just a little cluster of them here, I think. I think actually doing it in clusters is quite cute. I hope, anyways. These ones are a little bit further away, so they're a little bit smaller. There's still a little bit of detail to them. There we go. Oh, actually, you know what? No, the more of these I do, the more I think, no, it's not just Use's turn of the anxiety is universal and real. It really is, isn't it? You're just like, is this gonna wreck it? I don't know. Gonna try anyways, but aw, beans. Who's to say? Okay. Good news is I don't think it's wrecking it. I do think I like the way that they look when they kind of appear in clusters. I think that's quite cute. So maybe if I just pop another one here. Maybe that's enough orange flowers for this side. I'll add a couple more over here because I've got a little bit of paint left, but not a ton. Maybe there's one or two that are quite close to the the little garden. They want to be friends. There's a couple up over here. Like so. And I am very much running out of this paint. So these are kind of going to be fairly tiny doots. Very, very tiny doots, in fact. These are basically just doots now. Okay. I think I can get one more. Some little cluster of flowers over here. There we go. Okay, yay! I think that's done it for the thems, for the little orange flowers, and I will dot through some little deep sea violet flowers as well, which I think will show up quite nicely as well. So I shall do them. Anywho, well, I've got exciting news. I'm having salmon en croûte for dinner. It's probably not exciting to anyone but me and my moderator slash spouse, who will be enjoying that succulent British slash French meal with me. Anyways, oh, incidentally, I was seeing some video content today about trying to speak French in France, and it's something that's always really intimidated me as someone who is not fully bilingual, but like conversant in French. You know, I'm from Canada. I have family who are francophone. My French is, I would say, pretty good. I did French all the way through school as well, but I also don't use it on the daily, so it's, you know, kind of broken. um and I think because of my infrequency of use and my infrequency of like hearing spoken French, I'm also not super up on like contemporary French speak as opposed to like many years ago French slash like French textbook French, which, let's be real, not super helpful. And I haven't really had, I've been to France a couple times, but only like on day trips, and usually didn't involve a lot of me actually having to like converse with people. Like, for instance, I think the last time I was there, I went to like one shop, and it was a supermarket, and I used the self-checkout, so I didn't actually have to speak to another human being while I was there. And then I went to a little cafe before we left. And I think the only thing that I had to say was like, hello. The person serving me said hello. They told me how much like the cakes were. And I was like, okay, you know, paid with card, and then thank you, and that was it. So I was in Belgium last summer for a number of days, so I actually had to like interact with people significantly more, and I was really, really nervous about it. And it was completely fine, and everybody was really nice. But I think also just due to the like the inbuilt multilingual nature of Belgium, I think possibly culturally they're more used to sort of having sort of, okay, this isn't your first language, but we don't care. Certainly where I was being while I was there. Whereas I have genuine fear of going to like going to like a cafe in Paris or something and trying to speak in French, but my French has like, you know, a kind of Canadian kind of accent, and having them be like, I'm sorry, what? And I will very clearly say, you know, I would like 2 lattes, please. And they'll be like, oh, 2 lattes, okay. Would you like sugar? You know. Or just be like, no, it is after 4 p.m. You cannot have a latte. Anyways, Turnip says, I get so anxious when I try and speak to someone in French. I forget how to use words, just words in general. Yeah, it is terrifying. Absolutely terrifying. I think my first experience with, oh no, I've been found out as like a native Anglophone, they're not going to let me speak French now, was so I'm from Ontario in Canada, and for a very, very, very long time it has been not legal to smoke in like restaurants and cafes and stuff, right? Fairly normal. But Ontario introduced the you can't smoke in cafes and restaurants like several years before Quebec did, I think. So I was not used to people asking, do you want smoking or non-smoking section going into a restaurant? And I went to a restaurant in, oh, I don't remember, somewhere between like where I'm from and the greater Montreal area. And you know, we were like, okay, so it was for like 3 people or whatever, and the server's like, "Fme," and we were like, sorry, what? And we just sort of looked at her like, hmm? And she was like, "Smoking," and we were like, oh no. And that's how we were found out. Not because we don't understand, but literally I would be thrown off by the question of smoking in English, because that was not something that people asked in restaurants, you know? Like, I fairly regularly rely on sort of like an internal screenplay when I am having any kind of like service interaction with people. If any unusual question is asked, it will take my brain a moment to sort of like buffer. If it's in a second language, I'm gonna buffer even harder. Uh, um, Lux says, why we get taught Parisian French in Canada, yet are only exposed to Quebec French, makes us fucking, yeah, genuinely useless. Like, it took me a long time to get used to even, like, how my cousins speak French versus, like, school French in Canada. Because the school French, if you are an English-speaking person, is very intelligible to people in France, which is very different to the French that is spoken in Quebec, which has a distinct accent and uses different, you know, like phrases and slang terms, and obviously they're not going to teach us swear words, but they use different swear words as well, but also a lot of other words that are very regionally specific. Like, one of my favorites, so if you're talking about your boyfriend, you would refer to, you know, if I was talking about my boyfriend, I would say mon chum, which I think is heckin' adorable, my chum. But they don't do that in France. So they'd be like, I'm sorry, you're what? Y'all. Anyways, oh my god, the mental pre-scripting, says Lux. Right? Huh. It is an important part of my being able to be a person. Having just I know exactly what questions are going to be asked of me, so I'm not going to panic when I don't know the answer to something, because I already know all the answers. Everything's fine. This is an acceptable social interaction. I understand all of the rules. And then something weird happens and you're like, gah. Yeah, you know. That's an amazing name for boyfriends. It's so cute. It's so stinking cute. But yeah, the French language, I don't know if it's better now, because I don't, because I'm obviously not, you know, super experienced with the primary and secondary education systems in Canada now, but I mean, I guess I could ask my nephew, but certainly when I was in school, it was very much you are learning the French of France and not the French of Quebec, which it's like, how useful is this to me as a Canadian person who's most likely going to interact in general with more, unless I move to Europe, which, okay, hello, I moved to Europe, but, you know, under most circumstances, most of the French-speaking people you're likely to come across will be Canadien and not, you know, Français. So, what are we doing here? I don't know. Anyways. So that's my French rant. Such as it is. I'm just gonna remix this pigment, because one of the things that makes these paints interesting is that they're all actually a blend of 2 different pigments, which causes these interesting color shifts. They're most evident within these paints in these 2, I find. Some of them are, like, these 3 are a little bit more subtle. You can kind of see it in this one, not so much these 2, but these ones very much so. And I notice if I let the paint just sit on here, that, like, the colors will kind of separate. It's very interesting, but anyways, here's hoping that I can maybe draw some little flowers with it. That's all I want to do, is just draw some little flowers. I think I think I might do these flowers a little bit different in size. I might make these like smaller little flowers. So there's like little clusters of more of them. Do I want to add more flowers? Yeah, I do. I do. It looks a little bit sparse. So. But these ones I just want to be kind of little doots. Kind of just little doots dotted about here and there. Will it look good? I'm hoping as a total for now I don't think it looks good, but hopefully as a totality it'll kind of work out. I think it will. I think it will. I don't know anymore. Oh no. Well, we've committed to it, so I kind of need to continue. Actually, you know what I might do? You know what I might do? I'm finding this color is showing up sort of almost like just kind of bluish. So I'm going to mix a little bit of pink into it and hope that that might just kind of lift it up a little bit and make it look a little less like, I don't know, they're just rocks. I think just warm up the violet a smidge might make it cuter. And obviously I'm aiming for cute, so I'm gonna redo these doots with the new color. I don't think that's gonna help out the ones that I've already put down that much, but we'll see, we'll see. Anyways, but yeah. So that was just something that was kind of on my mind earlier. Like, really, the only reason that I got to know how to say things and not sound like you don't know what you're talking about when you're in, like, you know, Quebec is because I have family who are from there, which is really stupid. And also I just forced myself to watch, like, bad French TV a lot when I had access to it, like, get, like, Quebec shows. You know, I mean, obviously I watched Télé Français, but that was more like educational French for very small children. That's where Anana comes from. Ta-da! Anyways. But yeah. So that's that. And this is still looking not quite as vibrant as I wanted, but you know what? I feel like that's okay. You know, like as we get a little bit further up here, they can kind of get really teeny tiny. So I'm just dooting to myself now. Oh no. Just some little doots. But you know what? I like the little doots. Doot 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 doot. I find the paint just goes on better if I actually say doot. Scientifically, I think you'll find that that is the case. For sure, for sure. Anyways. Just a little patch of doots here. There. Okay. We have some doots. We have some more doots. Turnip says, I'm taking an educated guess that you've watched Flight of the Conchords. I have no idea why you would guess that. I have absolutely no idea why you would guess that. I mean, you're right, but I have no idea why you would get. Of course I have. I was a big fan when it was new. Possibly there's still the DVD in my family home. I didn't bring it with me because it's the wrong region, so I didn't bring any DVDs with me when I moved. Anyways. But Turnip says, every time I see Anana, I think of the song they have about trying to speak French. Oh Yup. Oh, they're I remember it well. I think I'm sure there was like a, oh, what was the line? So someone just asking like, "Où est la piscine?" And they're like, "Huh?" Just asking an actual French question. They're like, "What?" Oh no. It's all just the basic words that you learn when you start studying. Yep, and I laugh because that song was exactly like my French class. Oh no. Oh no. But also, yep. Oh no. Speaking of oh no's, oh, I'm so sorry. Okay, I'm gonna grab a tissue because I want to. Some of these are a little bit too. I want to see if I can. Okay, it might be too late, but I want to see if I can just kind of lift these ones a little bit because they're quite they're a little bit darker than all of the other ones. And I don't think I love. Oh, okay, actually that worked really well. Hold up. I think because they're still flesh, I can just kind of. There we go. Okay, that feels a little bit more balanced now. They were too dark before, but now they're kind of balanced. They're just little flowers dooting about. Okay, fabulous. Love it. Yay! Good. We have some wildflowers. We have some grass. We have some texture. We have my palette falling on the floor, miraculously unharmed. And also my brush. Oh no, can I reach? Can I reach? Ah, my arms are too short. I have tiny little dinosaur arms, by the way. I mean, my whole body is short, so is that a surprise? No. But still. Okay. Alright, okay. What next? What next? Do I want to try and add some texture into the hills? I think I maybe do, yeah. I think I maybe do. I wanna, do I want to add some, like, moss on the rooftop? Some little ivies crawling up the walls? Some, maybe. No, I think I'm going to pass on the ivy, but I'm going to put some moss on the roof because I think that'll be nice. And then I will add some texture to the building as well. Anyways. But for now, I need to make another green for the texture of the hills at the back. Which starts, again, with... I just keep harping on about how this is not blue, but, you know, it's just gonna bother me if I don't. So, here we are. There we go. I think that's enough of that one. So now I need a healthy amount of yellow goes into this. A healthy amount of yellow. Because we want it to be less of a teal, more of a, I don't know, sap green adjacent kind of situation. There we go. Okay. How's that? Is that sappy enough, I wonder? I want to really channel that sap. I'm gonna do a stripe. Maybe just a scooch more yellow. Just like a slip more yellow. Okay. There it is. Perf. Okay, fabulous. Fabulous. Love that for me. Good, 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 good. Anyways. I'm gonna take another sip of my... Not gonna take a sip of my tea because my tea is empty. Never mind. Gonna take a sip of my decaf. For heaven's sakes. Ah, that's better. Okay. And then figure out how I want to just kind of give some vague hilly texture and variation, I suppose. Oh, that's dark. Heck. Oh, beans. Beans. I think it is lightening up as it sits, but that is a little darker than I expected. I'm also kind of hoping that these colors mixed together might give us some good useful, like, shifts and variation. But who knows? Who knows what we will get? We're getting some weird shapes and generally just kind of making it look worse, which is a great start. But sometimes you just gotta keep futzing until it looks good again, I think. Sometimes you just kind of have to keep futzing until it looks good again. And it will eventually look good again. Just popping in some, I don't know what, some shapes. Maybe get some vague organic sense of trees, grass, shrub textures happening in here. Maybe. Yeah, I think the more I fill it out, the better it'll look. Or at least that's what I'm going to tell myself while I work on it. I am getting some interesting color shiftage, which is fabulous, because that is also kind of something that I was hoping for. So, you know, that's something, right? Anyways, this would be quite, if this wasn't such a stressful thing to be doing right now, this would be kind of relaxing, actually. But it's not, it's terrifying. Anyways, I love painting. Okay, well I've got some weird unappealing blobs now. Okay. But sometimes you've just got to kind of trust the process. And know that sometimes you just have to futz until it looks correct. Let's just add some more sort of littler blobbits here and there. I was trying to be fairly loose with my blobbits. And wow, that looks super weird, but we are nowhere done, so it's fine. Also, I am getting some cool color shifts, which is entirely why I bought this paint, so yay. Hell yeah. Okay. Okay, that looks weird and bad right now. So, I'm gonna take a little BRB. And I'll be back in just a second. Thanks for sticking with me through whatever the hell this is. I'll be back in just a minute. You're all breathtaking. Hello. We're back. Hopefully everything is working as it should be. Is my hand Hang on, I'm just going to do a little hand test. Yes. We're good. Then we'll begin. Fabulous. Anyways, so my thinky thought for this was the texture on the hills went on, and I was like, well, I don't like this. So my solution to that is to kind of do more of it, but like quite a bit more watered down with the paint, so that it kind of all float, rather than being a whole bunch of sort of discrete chunks. It's kind of all textured that way, but like different grades and sort of values of texture happening in and around, so it doesn't look quite so egregiously bizarre. Because right now I feel like it looks quite bizarre. So let me just test this out, because it should be quite a bit more subtle. That is so subtle I can barely see it. I might actually have to add a little paint back in. Oh no. So I will add a little swish of yellow and just a wisp of oh, that's quite a bit actually. Is that going to be too much? I don't know. Let me test it out. I think this should still be quite watery, but not quite as watery. But it's much less, it's much more watery than that, so I think this will do. Okay, fabulous. Anyways, welcome back, everybody. It's good to be back. I hope you had a good BRB. I'm just going to start filling in quite a bit of this space. Not all of it, but just a fair bit. Just kind of roughly. Kind of dial down the contrast and value between these textural areas, but still leave a little bit of stuff. Just a little bit of substance, but not quite as dramatic of substance, because at the moment I feel like it looks a little bit strange. And I think it will still look strange, but less strange in a better way? I don't know. We'll see. Still getting some rad color shifts. It's interesting, because this is, like, sometimes I get mostly teal, and then just a little, like, blodge of, like, quite yellowish green comes in. Like, this is quite a yellowish green splot that I've just picked up here. Which is quite interesting. I don't know what this hill is at this point. I don't know. I'm just gonna keep futzing with it until it's fine, even if that means just kind of painting over the entire thing with quite dark green to kind of even it out a little bit, which, you know, is something that I can do. If I decide that actually this all looks super bad, I can just go over it again with a very dark amount of paint and be like, yeah, that was my intention the entire time. Shh. But I think this should help chill out the weirdness a little bit. Which is good. We're all just experimenting and running on vibes, and that is entirely fine. I did feel like in and of itself it needed, like, this area needed more thingness, because it was too pale on its own, so it was always going to have some kind of texture added to it, but as for how that manifests, well, we're finding that out now. Okay. Alright. That's kind of mellowed it out a little bit. I still don't feel like it's perfect, but, well, it's something. It looks a little diseased at this point. Oh, beans. But, we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. We'll get there. We'll get there. We'll move on from that for the moment and look at doing some other bits. I just want some moss growing on the roof because I think that would be really cute. Would that be cute? I feel like that would be cute. I'm gonna take a sip of my decaf and have a good think about that. I say this largely because I just really enjoy moss. I also like the way, if you look really closely, if you look at like the texture, the way that the texture of the paper has interacted with this paint, it kind of already looks like little roof tiles. And I kind of want to lean into that. I kind of want to lean into that because I really like the way that those little, so I might end up doing sort of little line weight over those little patches of texture and just incorporating it, not fully, but just like here and there, just to kind of give the feeling of like that's the texture that's happening here. I think that would be fun. But what else? I did want to add some texture onto the porch and like the house proper as well. So maybe if I'm gonna just re-wet this patch of pink over here, add a little bit more. And then just a smidgen of violet to that, I think. And use that to kind of give the idea that the house is made of like, you know, like the exterior of the house is like wood, right? So it's gonna have like some stripey texture to kind of indicate that. And I'm just even then there is a little bit of that already from the from like the way that the paint grain has interacted with the paper texture. So I don't actually have to do that much. But that's already a smidge textural. Yay. I hope it looks alright. I think this looks better than the hill does at the moment. I think the hill is going to get some additional treatment before this piece is finished. That's for sure. I don't know how, I don't know what yet, but we'll see how that decides to shake itself out. Soon. Okay, there was a tiny, every once in a while with this brush in particular, just a tiny bead of water will sit on this like the metal ferrule here. I don't want it to do that because I'm so afraid that droplet of water is just going to bloop into my paint whilst I'm working and then create a big sort of like blobby shape where I really don't want a blobby shape. So I have to be really careful to make sure that doesn't happen. Okay. Getting some lines. Hoping that they look okay. Hoping it doesn't just look like the house has stripes. The texture looks aces, says Turnip. Oh, you're too kind. Thank you. That was very nice of you to say. Thank you, thank you. I am trying my best. But this paint is going on a little bit thick. I would like a slightly thinner line, please. There we go. But now you can't see the paint. Okay, let me pick up a little bit more. Well, now it's visible, but now it's thick. Oh well, whatever. I shall cope. Okay. Cool. We have house texture. Hell yeah. I mean, that's not house texture, that's my thumb. We have house texture. Hell yeah. Do you think I want the color of the house to stay quite light? I think they've you know, painted. They've given it a nice sort of paint slash stain job onto the wood, to keep it nice and fresh and pretty. And then I do want porch textures as well, because that's gonna be that's made of wood also. And oh wow, my back is killing me today. Oh, biddle boy. Yep. Okay. You know how I said I was hitting a significant birthday soon? Well, let me just say, my back hurts, so I did a stretch, and stretching twanged something in my tummy, and now my tummy hurts. For heaven's sakes, I'm falling apart. No, no, I'm not ready. I have so much to give. Mostly paintings. Okay. Let's try and remake the sort of these browns. Starting with yellow. Because, I mean, the yellow in itself is quite brownish. So starting with a good amount of yellow. But it's not quite the right brown, just kind of on its own. It needs help. It needs its little helpers. Samantha says, being old means hurting if you move and hurting in a different way when you don't. It's true. It's true. If I move around too much, I get real sore. If I don't move around at all, I get real sore. That is sadly the case. Yup. Okay. Just a little, that little just swish of purple did nothing. Let's try again. That swish of purple did too much. Oh, good. Though actually, I think this is a decent sort of texture color maybe for like the mossy rooftop. So, what I want to do for the texture on so, do you see what I'm talking about? About the roof's already got really good texture. I feel like I don't need to do a lot to it. But I want to do a little bit to it. By which I mean literally just... kind of just creating a little sense of like, there's roof tiles here. Like that kind of thing, you know? I don't know what sort of roof tiles these are. Maybe they're homemade. But I like the idea of just sort of mirroring the texture that's already here in order to get this effect. And hope that it looks nice. Oh my god, you know what? I just remembered. I'm sorry. Just to walk all the way back to the conversation we were having earlier about French. I just had a very sudden and seemingly out of nowhere memory of when I was in like my mid-teens, I think, or maybe my early teens, and I was visiting my cousins at the time had a cottage in the wilderness of Quebec, and going to visit this for like a week over the summer. And at one point I was tasked with going to walk to like the nearest little dépanneur to pick up a jar of instant coffee, because we'd run out of coffee. And it's there, you know, this is the middle of the forest, so there's no like you know, walkways or anything. There's just like a very narrow dirt road. So I'm going down the edge of this narrow dirt road, and this car goes past me very, very slowly, sticking their middle finger out at me like the entire time. And then once they've driven past, they start backing up towards me. Now, bear in mind, this is like the wilderness of a very French-speaking part of the country, and I have like, I don't know, maybe 9th grade French at this point. So I was completely terrified that some stranger, like some random adult, is gonna start yelling at me and potentially getting violent. So I just, like, ducked down, like, a random sort of, like, side pathway into the forest and just hoped that they didn't follow, and they just drove on. And I was like, oh, thank God. Because I was so scared. I don't know why I'm telling this like it's a fun story, because it's not. It was genuinely really scary, but anyways, that was my fun trip to Quebec. Anywho. That sounds terrifying, says Turnip. Mm-hmm. Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was a terrible idea for me to be sent out alone, honestly. But I don't think anyone would have expected that would happen, so, you know what? Fair for not expecting that. Anyways, it was fine. I was fine. The lady at the Dépannel was really nice. I mean, I didn't mention that to her, obviously, because why would I? But, yeah. I don't know what sorts of tiles these are, but they look like this. And I think that I kind of like that. I kind of like that as a texture. Maybe I just want to add, like, just one additional little patch up here. Just like that. Okay. Yeah, somehow that feels like better composition. I don't know why, I don't know how, but it just does in my head. So that's the roof for now. And I think I can probably use the same color to kind of do the porch slash stairs. Nice and simply. Okay, sorry I got quiet. I was concentrating on making the line good. Oh no. If this is not perfectly even, I don't know, tough biscuits. I'm trying my best. Anyways, right. Oh, great news. I got asparagus for dinner. I love. Does anyone is this like an old people thing? Is this an old people thing? I get really excited about when foods come into season. I try to be as much of like a seasonal food enjoyer as I can be. Doesn't always quite pan out that way, but you know, largely, yeah. But it does mean that most of the year I'm not really eating asparagus. So when asparagus is actually growing here in the UK, I have a lot of it. Annoyingly, it's quite expensive. So when I say a lot, I mean maybe like once a week, because damn, it is not cheap. Oh no. The texture is cute. Hardship. Anyways, I'm gonna take another sip of a drink, because I need to. Ah, it's better. Okay. Yeah, I feel like the hill texture layered really weird, and I don't like it. Gonna need to figure out what to do with that. That might end up being an off-stream task, because I genuinely don't know what to do with it right now. Have not the foggiest. Oh, good. Never mind. What I can do now, hopefully, is maybe a little bit of, hold up. Maybe a little bit of shading in places. Just a smidge. Just a little bit. Perchance, perhaps. Who knows? Not me. Because I think that by and large this door would be kind of in shadow. So I can shade that. I mean, the shading is going to be subtle on this whatever I do, I think. Like it just is. Because I don't think I want it to be too dramatic. Or it will, possibly look weird. So, you know, I would rather it didn't look weird. As such, I'm gonna shade down this little side of the stairs, I think. Like so, and to that end, I guess that side of the house as well. Just a little bit. And thankfully that seems to be behaving, I think, a little bit better, which is good. Okay, where's my side of house color? It's this. Okay. Mix that back up, wet it down a little bit. And just start going and hope for the best. Ah! Can't stress enough how much. Ah! And it's done. It looks fine. Yay! Oh, the absolute fear. The absolute fear. Oh. I just, you know when you really like the current iteration of a painting that you're working on, but you also know it's unfinished, but you're like, what if the next thing I do ruins it? I'm really feeling that with this piece, because every time I do something, I'm like, oh, this looks good. Oh no, what if the next thing I do ruins it? Okay, well this is overhanging a little bit, so I feel like we need to acknowledge that a smidge. So, like this. Oh, it's subtle. Oh, it's so subtle. Oh, it's so subtle you can't see it. Okay. Why don't I just add to that a little bit because it's so subtle you can't see it. Great. Okay. That's better. I think is that better? Yeah, that's better. I think it'll make more sense once I've also done the like shading on the little window doodads. And maybe darken down the inside of the windows and doors just a little bit as well. Don't know. Well, I shall begin with the window frames. Thus. Okay. That's done very little. Never mind. It's fine. Moving on. It'll all make sense when it's done, I think. I don't know. Will it? Oh, who knows. Anyways. Just a little bit under the window boxes as well. Maybe a little less because that's really dark. Okay. Let me try it now. There we go. Yeah, that's good. Okay, cool. Wizard. Yay. Alrighty. That feels that feels better, I think. I think that works. Gives it a little bit of depth, which is nice. What do I want to do next? Do I want to line weight these plants? Because they feel a little bit, I don't know, they feel a little bit weird. I don't know why deciding things is very, very difficult for me today. But deciding things is very difficult for me today. Oh no. I'm gonna take another sip of my coffee, which is, believe it or not, it's decaf. I'm actually a little bit sleepy. I think it's maybe because I didn't get to take a nap. Which is terrible. It's been a busy, weird week this week, for sure. But, delightful. But yeah, I can't decide if I want to. They feel very sort of, I don't know, kind of static and weird. Maybe what I will do is give them a little bit of a shadow to begin with. Because right now they kind of, if other things are shaded in, they feel a little bit kind of weird without that in context, I think. So I'm at least going to give them some little shadow situation. I don't know if this will add anything, but I'm gonna try it. Whoa, beats! Hello, Sherry Paul! Welcome on in! Thank you so much for the follow. How's it going? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. My Thursday, it has to be said, is going pretty okay, all things considered. I'm still kind of waffling about sort of what the deal is with this piece, but I think we're getting there. I think we're getting somewhere, certainly. I'm feeling very indecisive about it. Do I want to add a tiny amount of moss to the rooftop? Like, honestly, I really kind of do. I really think that could be cute. Maybe if just sort of over here, just some little patches. Just some little slightly mossy patches. Keep it subtle, I feel like. But let it be present. Just like that. Yay. Okay, that's it. That's done. I got a little bit scared from the alert, but I'm good. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry for the scare, Sherry. I really am, but it's lovely to see you. I hope you're having a lovely Thursday. How are you doing? Welcome on in. And I am very sorry for the alert jump scare. If it makes you feel any better, my alerts jump scare me like every single time. That is very much just a thing that happens to me as like a surprising amount. Considering that they are my alerts, I still get spooked by them. Is that normal? I don't know. I like to pretend it is. Okay. I would like to do something a little stupid. By which I mean I'm just taking a minor risk. I'm just taking a minor risk with a teensy amount of paint. And I just want to see what this will do. Basically. I'm gonna grab a bigger brush. I'm gonna grab a way bigger brush, actually. I'm gonna use this brush, which is very much a big boy. So just saturate that, get nice and filled with water. And then pick up all of this good paint. Should be hopefully fairly subtle, and then just kind of just wet down this area with it. Just the whole thing. I just want to see if I can kind of blend the texture in a little bit that way. And if it works. And I think that looks actually really good. It's made it a little bit more subtle, which I like. So that'll do for me. And I'm wondering if I can do similarly with the with my terrible hills back here with very, very weird hill texture. It looks a little diseased, if I'm being honest. But can I pick up a fairly small, fairly subtle amount of this green, just absolutely fill my brush with it. Like, just so wet. It is just so wet now. This is very, very wet paint, which is rad, but listen. I feel like the hill looks weird. I feel like it can't get any worse, so I'm just going to just kind of cover it. And then it will do what it will with that. And if it's bad, I'll keep futzing until it's good. Oh my god, this is so wet. This is so wet, but it's also kind of blending things together, which is kind of what I wanted, so yay. I think this should dry it down to something a little bit less crazy. That feels a little bit more organic and not quite so full of weird blobbits. Which would be super rad if true. Okay. Yeah, I think that's like softened it down a lot. I actually think that's gonna look really cool. That's gonna look really cool. Yay, I fixed it! Yay! Let's pretend that this is what I meant to do the whole time, okay? Shh, that's what I meant to do the whole time. Shh, it's fine. Oh, pretzels. Okay. So, big brush going away. Little brush coming back. And I would like to just darken down the insides of the windows and the doors, because I think they're not contrasty enough. I don't want them to be super noticeable. I don't want them to be like the focal point, but I do want them to be a little bit darker. So that is something I can do with a little bit of you and a little bit of you. Let's just make a weird sort of ugly brownish, grayish, brownish black color. And hope that will work. Oh, yeah. Okay. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Okay, good. Good, good, good. There we go. I just feel like with everything else going on that the inside the windows was actually a little bit too light. So I wanted to just kind of make it feel like this is the inside of the house, and the lights aren't on, so you can't see because it's daytime and they're outside. So that's fine. This, oh my god, there's so much water sitting on the canvas now. This is going to take so long to dry. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness gracious. Which, you know, is fine, but like, come on. I can see it like a visible, like, has thickness. It's literally got thickness to it. There's no way I can show you that, but it definitely does. Definitely does do that. Also, it's kind of leaking into the roof here, so I'm just gonna kind of try and clean that up. I mean, that can just be a patch of moss, honestly. If that persists, that can just be a patch of moss. That's totally fine. But it has breached the roof in one area, so I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna not touch that. section of the painting at all now, and just let that do its thing. Thank you for the pretzels, Turnip. Oh, jeez. Now I feel like this grass isn't dark enough. Oh, no! But I don't want to just, like, wash paint over it because of all the flowers I put down. Not sure what I'm going to do with that yet, but we'll figure it out. This is a painting that I had really high hopes about when I started, and every time I add something to it, I'm like, did I just wreck it? Did I just ruin this painting? Oh no. But again, it's just a case of trusting the process and continuing to futz until it is as it should be, right? I think, for instance, I feel like the house is kind of where I want it to be. So I could line weight the house. I'm kind of scared to do anything while the hills are this wet, is my worry. Okay. I think I might actually need to set this aside because it's super wet and I don't think it's necessarily safe for me to try and, like, futz with it more while it's super wet. We're not stopping for the day or anything. I think I just literally need to let that dry. We'll work on something else. It's fine. I have an unfinished painting that has been waiting for me for such a long time that I honestly feel kind of good about coming back to it. I know this isn't the painting that we had planned to finish today, and I'm sorry we haven't finished this one, but so it goes.
Attention!
Sometimes.
Twitch user Sammy
Kirsty,
Kelch.
seriously? Hi, Raiders! Welcome on in! Oh no! Let me bring back the painting I was just working on. Hello, everybody. Welcome on in. Kirsty, how was your stream? Lovely to see y'all. Welcome on in. Hello, hello. Oh my god. And Argby Pickle, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome on in. Hello. My moderator / spouse has just come in. Hello. Hello, darling. Let me say all of the hellos, or attempt to say all of the hellos to whoever's just come in. Casa, hello. And Pickle, hello. Tals, hello. James, hello, hello. Kirsty, of course. Hi. Art Rex. Hi, friends. Welcome in. Let me get a little shout out for Kirsty in the chat. If you're not following the lovely Kirsty Arts, go do that because Kirsty is lovely, does wonderful art, is the boss of Hollow Knight Art Month. I've already done a couple sketches because I need to get ahead of myself because I'm going to be away for half of the month, Kirsty. So here's the Snail Shaman. I hope you like it. I'm very excited for that. How did your stream go? What did you get up to? I saw some of the stream earlier. It was very, very, very fun. Did we pick a good moment? You picked a moment where the paint is so wet that I literally can't do anything with it right now, so I was gonna work on another work in progress. Teehee, teehee. Hell yeah, sketches, says Kirsty. I'm trying my best. I just got a whole bunch of new paper delivered, so I have plenty of paper with which to do it, which I'm very, very excited about. Anyways, yeah, hello. If you're not familiar with me, hi. My name is Twitch user Sammy Kelch. I'm a variety streamer. I do cozy art streams on Mondays and Thursdays. I do cozy game streams on Fridays. We mostly play Hollow Knight, but sometimes we play other things as well. But by and large, we play Hollow Knight. I'm front-loading a couple of sketches for Hollow Knight Art Month, which if you just came on the raid, you've probably heard of. Because I do plan to do as much of it as I can, if not all, hopefully all, but, you know, we'll see. Seasoned well in paint water, delicious. No, this is so nasty. It's so nasty. Anyways, this is baby's first painting with the Schminke Super Granulating watercolors, which are very, very, very fun. I love the way that they look. They're super fun and cool. I'm putting them away because I literally can't do anything with this painting while it's as wet as it is. So I'm going to work on another work in progress that has honestly been waiting for me for a stupidly long time, which is good, because, yeah, I feel bad about that. I've been feeling like a sad little orphan. Anyways, But Schminke is fun and fun to say, says Kirsty. You know what? I am very much enjoying these paints. They are really nice. They do, though, I will say, can I just have a little complaint? Shire Blue is teal. With moments of, like, just green. There's nothing blue about it. I love it, but it's teal. Anyways. It's not really a complaint. I bought it because it looked like a greenish blue, and I thought that that would be a useful color to have. I just don't know why they named it blue when it's obviously, like, teal. Oh well. Anyways. Oh, geez, we've got a terrible drawing time redeem to do. Well, let me put this away. I will do it in... I'll grab the terrible drawing canvas in just a second. I will explain that terrible drawing time is a thing that we do here on stream where for 5,000 channel points, I have 5 minutes or less to draw a character or concept of your choosing from memory or sight unseen on the terrible drawing canvas. So yay, I'm so happy that all of these wonderful new people get to see my terrible drawings, not even my good ones. So if you're not familiar with the things I do, here's a recent representative artwork of what my art looks like. Hopefully it'll work. There we go. This took like a month of streams to do, because all of those little books are tiny little books I had to draw. It took a really long time, but I'm a traditional artist working primarily in watercolors and other similar wet media. So that was a painting I did recently. This is another painting I did recently, a bit less overly complicated, but just a little friend. I don't have a name for her yet, but I love her with my whole heart. I've got a growing backstory for this little friend, for sure. Anyways, this is just the test that I did for the new paints, incidentally, to see how they color shifted, because they do color shift. It's cool. Kirsty says, petition to rename them to best drawings ever. Well, why don't I just get a nice another little shout out for you, Kirsty, and thank you so much, very much indeed, for the raid, because you are the loveliest person, and hopefully that shout out worked. Good, it worked. It was worth every brush stroke on a book, says Turnip. Thank you. That's very, very kind of you to say. And again, if you're not familiar with Kirsty is a wonderful artist, is the person what do Hollow Knight Art Month, and also make good art. Oh, speaking of Hollow Knight Art Month, oh, hello, what's this? What's this? Why, it's Hollow Knight Art Month. Okay, now you're just being cheeky. No, I'm just being true. Hollow Knight Art Month is coming, and it's next month, and I'm gonna try my best, and I'm very excited. This is the little guy from Hollow Knight, and they're doing a painting with their big sister Hornet. They're making a little banner that says HKAM, or CAM, which I struggle to pronounce, but it's Hollow Knight Art Month. And there's the prompt list, and I am so hyped. I'm so excited. I want to do all of the things. I'm going to try my very best to do all of the things. Fingers crossed I could do all of the things. Anyways, but yeah, Kirsty's art is heckin' lovely and super nice, and Kirsty's fun, and you should befriend Kirsty if you're not already friends. I mean, look at him. It's so stinking cute. Kirsty, you do good, and thank you again. Anyways, sorry about day 5. So Jam made me. You know what? I'll cope. We love Zote. It'll be, honestly, I cannot wait to see what people come up with for Zote Day, because I feel like that would be very, very fun. Samantha says, if I could draw, I would find some way of making every one of those prompts vampire boyfriend related. Tee. There is one of the prompts I think was Nightmare King, which I have an idea for. I'm very excited for my idea for that. So hopefully what I'm trying to do pans out. It's gonna be kind of a weird pose, but I think it'll be really fun. But I'm hoping this year to get to do some characters and locations that I haven't drawn or painted before. Like, I've already done a snail shaman, so you know, that's a start. I've done I've started one other sketch, but it is you know, sometimes when you're like first like sketch stage of a drawing is just really ropey. This one's really ropey, but I think we'll get there. I mean, you could just have Grimm going on adventures to different locales in the game. He could be going for a swim in the Lake of Un, or encountering a snail shaman, or I've already forgotten what some of the prompts are, or doing other neat things in the game. Visiting the Crystal Peaks, doing I don't know, making some pale ores. Anyways, Kirsty says your snail shaman is so cute. I can't. Aw, thank you. I wanted to do the area in the overgrown mound area where there's like a snail shaman who is taking a nap. I wanted to imagine what they would look like when they were sort of up and about. So that was my idea, anyways. But Nacho says, I'll probably get Hollow with y'all. Sounds fun. Hell yeah, do it. I'm so excited to see what everyone comes up with. But I have to do a terrible drawing, so one moment, please. Because I need a terrible drawing canvas. I feel like the prompt that I've gotten is going to be it's going to need too big of a footprint to try and fit onto this one. So I'm going to do our next terrible drawing canvas, which has very little on it, and it is so deeply cursed, and it makes me distressed to look at it, but here we are. Hopefully we can add something a little bit nicer. Improve it a little bit. A Sylveon and Espeon frolicking together because they are girlfriends. Oh my goodness. That's adorable. Do I remember what either of these look like? I'll try. I will try to remember what these look like. I'll put them up in this corner because why not? Let me get 5 minutes on the clock, shall I? 5 minutes on the clock. Hi, Rule. Hello, hello. Gotta go eat and switch computers, but I love you. I love you so much, Kirsty, and thank you so much for the raid. Have a fantastic feed, and thank you once again for the raid. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. Okay, on the clock, we got 5 minutes. Starting now. What the heck? Oh no. Oh no. Which one is Espeon is like the sort of, jeez. These are not going to look like they're supposed to. Tough biscuits. So, Espeon is like, it's got a little nose. I'm gonna give it just a little like, because they're real happy. Because she's got a girlfriend, and they've got those funky little big old ears. Espeon is the psychic one, and I knew Sylveon was the trans one. I couldn't remember what Espeon was. So Espeon is the psychic one. Okay. So they've got a little like gem right in the middle of their head. And then their eye is here. And I think I've made their ear too big, but never mind. We're just gonna go with it, and then they kind of wee. And they're just kind of frolicking. So what's a good frolic stance? They're just sort of like little paws. Little paws. I'm basically drawing a weird cat. I'm basically drawing weird cats. There's no such thing as too big on evolution ears. Okay. I'm honestly just drawing like weird cat. The tail is doing a loop-de-loop because you know why? Because I think it'd be cute. Tail's doing a little loop-de-loop. Whee! Happy little frolic. Happy little tum-tum. Like so. Doo-doo-doo. Yay! And a little heart. Because they're frolicking with their little girlfriend, who is the trans evolution, and because she's so special, I feel especially like I have to get this right. And do I remember how to draw a Sylveon? No, but I'm gonna do... Okay, so here they are. They've got big sparkly eyes for one thing. Big sparkly eyes. tiny little nose, little happy little smile. Oh, look at him. No, that's ruined it. Hold up. I need a smaller eraser for, like, tiny details like these. Okay. Alright. Just a little ooh face. Very, very cute. And they've got their little giant ears. Hey, Aoife, welcome on in. Transpride Evie slays dragons. She badass. She is badass. She super is. She's got a little bow. I think she's got a little bow here. And then she's gonna be kind of like sitting. Like when they do sits, you know. Like so. Do. This makes no sense. It doesn't. You know what? It doesn't matter. It's fine. Doing a sits. Big weird evolution tail. I don't know. And then she's got another bow like here, I think. Wow, this is absolutely horrific. But I've got a minute left, so I don't think I'm going to be able to fix it at this point. But they're also my memory for Pokemon is poor, to say the least, for the most part. So trying to do them from memory is challenging. This is, oh god, this is so cursed. Anyways, how's it going, Aoife? It's lovely to see you. Welcome on in. I'm so sorry that these Pokemon are so deeply cursed. And I do not know how to fix it. We've got Transpride Eevee, we've got Psychic Eevee. They love each other very much. And, I don't think there's any way I can improve upon this, because I don't remember what they look like. My memory is almost but not quite the opposite of, you know, photographic. So the fact that I managed to remember this much about them is probably a triumph. Samantha, I hope you're happy. And I'm sorry you had to look at this. Anyways. That's terrible drawing time, everybody. Hooray. Right, let me... Okay. Thank you, timer. This painting looks really weird right now, but we're gonna fix it. I'm gonna grab my paints. Which are... Okay. So, let me just at least add a little bit to this, funky and slightly weird landscape that I've got going here. They're just having a little party on the beach. They're having a little dancey dance. So I gave them some little fairy lights. There's a little string of fairy lights here. I'm going to be using the, black colors Gansai set for this piece. Unless this is... No, this is very much still completely wet, so I can't work on it. Oh no! I was hoping to finish that piece today, but never mind. Anyways, we'll work on this. And hopefully make it start to look slightly less jank, because I feel like this painting has sat in this state for a while now, and it just looks so jank. And it just makes me feel a little bit sad every time I look at it, because I'm like, oh, you should be so pretty, and you're so jank. So I'm mixing a little bit of the bluish black together with the greenish black, because I think the greenish black in itself is a little bit sort of muddy looking. And I think it would be nicer to just make it a little bit bluer. I don't know. Hi!
Are you using the new kettle yet? I don't need to go there if you want
I have... Oh, sorry, I've got a question for my moderator / host. Come here. Hey, love.
Hey.
It's nice to see you. Wait, hello.
You're on mute.
No?
Hello, chat. That's all.
Okay. So the kettle's instructions. We have a new electric kettle, by the way. It arrived like 10 minutes before stream. The instructions were to fill it up to max with water, boil, dump, and do that twice. So I've done that twice. Okay. I haven't made any drinks with it yet.
So I should be able to make a drink.
Moderator / Beth will never stop being hilarious to me, says Hyrule, and Turnip says hello!
I am not hilarious!
He can be pretty hilarious.
I arrive whenever I
He says, I am not hilarious. I arrive whenever I want. Oh. This painting looks charming AF right now, says Nacho. Oh, that's very kind. Thank you. Kind words indeed. Okay, I'm gonna put that brush away because otherwise it's gonna get silly. And I'm just gonna paint over these trees again because they're not dark enough yet. So they need another pass. Which I expected, so it's fine. This is very... If this seems very rough and imprecise, that's because it is at this point, and that's fine. The refinement and teeny tiny details will come later if you've ever seen anything I've ever painted. You know. Oh, sorry. I think my throat is starting to go. Oh no. Oh no. Anyways. Yay. Okay, we've got some tree. We've got some slightly darker, just kind of stripe of trees, which feels a little bit weird, but once again, trusting the process. We'll get there. Okay. Switching brushes to something a little bit less intense. To do the tree trunks, which I can just about see where the tree trunks want to be. And I'm going to pick up brownish black, which feels correct. Viakadu says, I am trusting. Thank you for the trust. I appreciate it. Anyways, how's everyone doing? How are your Thursdays going? Are you having good days? I hope you're having good days.
I forgot. I got your present.
Oh, thank you, Sunshine.
Thrown off for £1 something in
Nice. Oh, my moderator slash spouse brought me a box of the weird instant coffee I like to have in the evenings. I know it's not exactly connoisseur grade beverage, but I don't know. I don't drink them because they're good coffee. I drink them because they're good for what they are, which is instant coffee. Anyways, hey, Mr. Hangman, welcome in. How are you doing? Lovely to see you. You missed some work. We got quite a bit done on this, and then I had to stop because it's so wet right now that I can't work with it without making a mess. So I need to actually wait for the wet bits to dry before I can keep working on it. Sigh. But I'm really happy with the way that this is coming out so far. Using the super granulating watercolors from Schminke, which I absolutely adore. Oh no. They're really good. I really enjoy them. Something is really making me cough, so that's fun. I'm gonna have another sip of my coffee to try and alleviate that, because it's probably not super fun to listen to, I realize. So I'd rather not do that to y'all. Actually, to that end, I might take a super quick BRB, if that's okay. I will be back in just a second. Enjoy the BRB screen in the meantime. I will be back in like a minute. Hello again. Sorry about that. Had a question. Is it two people kissing on the porch? Not kisses this time. One of them is sitting on the steps with a cup of tea, and the other one has just been in the garden and has a big basket of strawberries. But now I want to draw them smooching as well. So, I don't know. There may be a smooch in their future. And frankly, I love that for them. Anyways, Silly says, Raid was probably a little while ago, but I came back with 2 Sammy tabs open. So, Kirsty Raid, hi! Thank you so much for raiding, Silly. I appreciate it. Anyways. Gasp, says Viakadu, kissing. Oh my goodness. So I hope your cough clears up. Me too. I might need to end if it doesn't, because it's probably really annoying to listen to. I do have coffee, for whatever that's worth. Silly got raid napped. Oh no. Oh, I'm sorry. Well, welcome in again. It continues to be wonderful to see you. And I'm going to now try and rough in wherever I can see that there's meant to be tree trunks. Okay, just doing some little trunky shapes, as you do, here and there. This is very scientific of me. I want the two characters to kiss like heathens at the end, but I don't know how that'll look in the art style I'm using. Ooh la la. Ooh la la. Well, I mean, smooches between two people who love each other very much and want to do a smooch are always good. So, I would say, how about you do it anyways? That would be my suggestion. Is you should just do it and see how it looks. It'll probably look pretty great. Okay. There's some trunkage. I think what I might do is, because I want to do some tree trunks that are a little further away, I'm going to just alter the color slightly. Just to give it a bit of a feeling of, like, depth and stuff. Ooh, that's so intense. Can I water that down a little bit? Oh, damn. Yeah, that's better. Okay. I might actually just blot that up and start over. Oh no. Shh, it's fine. There we go. Hell yeah. I'm so sorry about my cough, everyone. I don't know where that's come from. It's really like an itchy cough, like something is actively irritating my throat, which is kind of strange. I don't love that for me, but never mind. Mr. Hangman says it happens after one character takes a ride with the other on their ornithopter they invented, and they fly through the clouds. Yo, that sounds like so much fun! That's awesome! Very much I love that for them. Hell yeah. Well done, little buddies. That's rad. Incidentally, if you are a person what makes stuff and do things and you ever want to share with us, we do have a Discord. You can find out when I'm live. You can find out my schedule and what I'm up to. You can let us know what you're up to. There's a place to share your artwork or let us know when you're streaming. Or just talk about, like, interesting teas and coffees that you're enjoying, or board games, or whatever. Dusty says, Nacho Dusty says, cough doesn't bother at all, but 100% take care of yourself. Alright, cool. I'm probably gonna need to finish relatively soonish to do my tea anyways, but, I would like to carry on for a bit in the meantime. Okay. Can I get kind of a slightly sandier brown for this sort of beachy area in the front here? Because I think this will start to feel a little bit more complete if I've at least painted that out a bit. So let me clean up my brush. And then I'll paint in that. I'd like to do the sort of backgroundy area between the tree trunks that we've done in there, but I feel like that probably wants the tree trunks to dry first. Otherwise it's gonna look, you know, kind of bad. But, this ought to do. Oh, hell yeah. Okay, yeah, that's pretty good. I've masked off the little, like, people and logs and fires and stuff. And I've popped some little, like, shrubs into this area. But this paint layers fairly well, so I can kind of just paint over them. At that point, and we'll line weight stuff in as well, I think. Maybe even mess with the tree texture a bit more before we're done. I don't know. I forget what a lot of my thought process was for this piece. Because it's been quite a while since I sketched it. I know that I've got these, like, neon acrylic inks I was going to use for the for the little fairy light / lanterns they've got there. So I think that'll look really nice. Just sort of the big oh no, there's a bit of lint or fluff or fiber or something stuck to the paper. That's better. Anyways, but yeah, I think that'll look really nice when we get to it. Just give this little area a bit of a glow. With that being said, my goodness, like neon colors are really hard to get to show up on camera correctly. It's one of the reasons that I started an original artworks thingy on my Patreon, was specifically because there are some artistic media that just hit like 100 times better in person than they do on camera. Whether that's like here on Twitch, or when I'm posting them to my socials, when I've like photographed them or scanned them in to share. They just look not good. Or they look good, but they don't look as amazing as they do IRL. So I do now have a tier on my Patreon where you can literally just get a little original painting from me. And I'm using it as an opportunity to use the paints that I feel like don't work as well on the computer. Because if you're looking at it in person, it hits better. No pressure, obviously, as it is a bit more expensive. But just putting out there that exists. Anyways, so that's some dirt. Turnip says, I have to go now. But thanks for the stream. Thank you so much for hanging out. Have a good night and feel better. Thank you very much, and I hope you have a lovely evening, Turnip, and thank you for hanging out with me today. It's been very, very fun. Okay, do I think I can do just sort of dark background behind these trees? Just kind of like blend in. It's not a specific, just sort of murky. Can I just make some murk to go back there? I'm just gonna pick up a ton of blue and just add it to some of this brown. I'm just making some real ugly murky colors, basically. Doesn't that look delightful? No. Silly says, thanks for the stream. Thank you for hanging out. Casa says, I'm also recovering from a cold cough, so I feel you on this. I'm really hoping that I'm not coming down with anything, that's for sure. I mean, anything's possible, but fingies crossed that no. Also, I do hope that you're feeling better. I'm glad that you are recovering, because that is, quite frankly, the pits. And I definitely feel you on that. So, I wish you continuing feel better vibes. For sure. For sure. Okay. Anyways. Alright. Which color? It was this color. I think, was it this color? I hope it was this color. Aw, geez. This canvas is getting pretty wet too now. That's what I get for working in wet media, like watercolors and other such things. Is that they tend to be. Oh, yeah, in other news, water is wet. Who'd have thunk? But sometimes I do tend to use quite a bit of it. So, so it tends to stay wet for a while. Not necessarily always, but, I really like the way that this paint granulates. This is the Shadow Black Gansai set, that I got from Choosing Keeping. I don't know whether or not they still have it, but, I do quite like. Choosing Keeping is like a stationery and stuff shop based in London, and they do some quite cool Japanese watercolor paints. And this was one of the sets that I got from them. Kind of because I was there and I wanted to get something, and I was like, yeah, that sounds fun, I'll try it. I really like these. They're really fun. This is the set of paint that I used the most when I was doing Hollow Knight Art Month last month. So you'll probably be seeing more of it next month, basically. I'm hoping to keep the pieces for Hollow Knight Art Month relatively monochromatic, just because I know I'm going to have time limitations, in as much as I'm not going to be around for half of the month. So I'm going to need to be able to, do things that are fairly straightforward that I can maybe kind of get ahead on, and do a little bit more probably over the next couple of weeks, and then for the first couple weeks of the month as well. Just to try and get ahead of things, I suppose. It's almost like there's water in them colors, says Mr. Hangman. Really? You don't say. Well, how about that? Oh my goodness. Alright. I think this is going okay. I think it's one of these colors do definitely lighten down a little bit as they dry. So this will get a little bit lighter, but I think it's filling in okay. I think it is filling in okay. Just needed a bit of, I guess, slightly shadowy backdrop to the trees. Anyways. I hope y'all have got a nice evening lined up. I look forward to having some salmon en croûte with some asparagus, which I'm very excited about, because, well, listen, when you get to my age, don't talk about your ages, you get excited about stuff like salmon en croûte, because there's not really that much else in my life to be particularly excited about, I suppose. Apart from the fact that I'm traveling to Canada fairly soon, that's exciting. As you can tell by my accent, I'm from Canada. And I'm going to be heading back there for a couple of weeks next month to celebrate a significant birthday. And I am trying to stave off, I think in part my moderator / spouse suggested this journey as a means of just keeping the existential crisis at bay, because there is absolutely an existential crisis that's been looming, and as a result of this very special day that is encroaching, that is, oh, it's too real. It's too real. I don't like it, and it's making me reevaluate what I've done with my life, and whether I like the way that my life is going, and what I can do to change that, and the answer is not a lot, which feels bad. But I'm trying. Oh, jeez. I'm gonna have to mute for just a second, everyone. I'm so sorry. I'll be back in a moment. Okay. I think something's just gone and gotten into my lungs, honestly. So here's hoping I don't die. I'll be fine. But it wouldn't be me if I wasn't dramatic about such things. So don't worry about it. Anyways. But yeah, looking forward to salmon en croûte. I hope y'all have an equally exciting evening lined up. Oh, I'm probably going to be popping into the editing suite, getting some work done on my next YouTube video. I do have a YouTube channel. If you're not following over there yet, it's very silly, and I'm trying my best. I don't post as often as I'd like to, but I'd like to post a little bit more often than I do, and I'm working on that. So that's a thing. And okay. It's feeling a little bit more filled in and alive now, I think. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't think, and again, I've kind of boxed myself in to the point that I don't think I can do anything else with it now because it's very wet. Oh no. I guess I could probably unmask this log and paint this little log. But I think in lieu of that, I might take another look. This is, oh man, it's still wet. This is still wet. Oh, goodness gracious. Okay, so I still can't paint with this one because I can literally see when I shift the paper, I can see the water moving around, especially over on this side. Which means it is not ready for me to paint with, but I love the way that super wet wash, the texture that it's given to the hills in the background is so good. Like, get a load of this texture. That's pretty. I like that. The only thing now is that I have to repaint the grass or do something about the sort of grassy areas in the front because now they feel a little bit not dark enough. So that's going to take a little bit of work. Maybe I'll work on that off stream. I don't know. We'll see. But I think it's reaching call it there time for today because I think there's not a lot I can do on either of these paintings until they dry down a little bit. And I don't want to start another Hollow Knight art sketch because I don't want to spoiler too many of my Hollow Knight art sketches until it's Hollow Knight Art Month. Though, I will show you the Snail Shaman again because I just think that they look really cute. Anyways. But I'm gonna thank y'all for hanging out with me today. I'll be back tomorrow morning playing Hollow Knight, of all things. I'm still waiting. There is a Hollow Knight stream sticker on the stream that I'm still waiting for someone to find. I could spoiler it for you, but I would like someone to find it, so anyways, Nacho says your watercolors are beautiful. I love them. This night one in particular is awesome. Oh, thank you. What I'm really looking forward to with this piece, taking all of the masking fluid off of the stars in the sky. I think that's gonna be hopefully that's gonna be cute. I don't know, but I'm hopeful that it will be. But thank you. I've had a very, very fun time working on these. I will continue having a fun time working on these, probably on the next art stream. But in the meantime, yeah, we are doing this time we rescue cloth run in Hollow Knight, which you don't get an achievement for, but as far as I'm concerned, the achievement is that I will have rescued cloth, which is very, very special if you're familiar with Hollow Knight. Actually, hang on, let me show you. In case you're not familiar with Hollow Knight, I can show you cloth. One moment, please. Bear with. Hold, please. Where is she? Apologies to anyone who's not familiar with Hollow Knight. It's a video game, but it's a video game with a really cute, pleasant, fun aesthetic that is also really difficult and really has a really deep lore to it. And some of it's very sad, and some of it's very cute, and a lot of it's really hard, and some of it's frankly kind of gross, but I love it all. And somewhere on my Instagram is a painting of the character Cloth, who I am currently working on trying to rescue. Okay, this is a slightly older piece, so apologies. But here she is. Yay! The achievement is the friends we made along the way, says Samantha. Hell yeah. Also, you did get the most important achievement during your saved cloth run. Was that neglect, Samantha? Was that because I got the neglect achievement? Because I did do that. Teehee. Anyways, this is Cloth. She's the lovely lady on the right, and the little guy is the little character that you play as in Hollow Knight, on the left, and they're just a little guy, and they're trying their best. And oh, Biddle Boy, do they die a lot if you're me? Though that being said, I did beat Steel Soul, so I did get the Steel Soul achievement, and I do feel kind of good about that. I feel like if I'm allowed to feel kind of good about that, I feel kind of good about that. Anyways, but that's some Hollow Knight art. Oh yeah, I do also have some limited edition Blue Raspberry Fight Milk all Hollow Knight art prints in my shop still. There's a couple left. They are very limited edition, will never get did again, so that's a thing, but no pressure, obviously. I'm just happy you're here. The art prints are lovely, says Samantha. Oh, thank you very much. I was really happy with the way that they turned out, actually. Very, very happy indeed. So, yeah, can confirm bought 2. I'm so... thank you. I really appreciate it. Very much I do. Anywho, yes, I'm gonna find someone for us to go raid now. Because I need to go cook dinner. And I am a tired little bear to boot. So let me see who's online that we could do a little raid on. And, ooh, okay, yeah, I know who we're gonna raid, I think. I think I do. Okay. So, not that button, this is the raid button. And let me just make sure that they are not just about to finish. Because that has happened, and it does happen, and that's fine, but if I can avoid it, I would rather avoid it. And they are doing art as well, which is very, very cool. And are they just about to fit? Please don't be just about to fit. Oh my goodness! Oh, okay, I can't wait for you to see. I cannot wait for you to see what Kit is doing, because it is very, very cute. So we're going to raid Kit, who is very, very lovely if you don't know them. And I'm going to pop a generic raid message in the chat. With, oh, I think Anana is a good raid emote choice for today. So, come back. Just chuck in like 5 Ananas, that'll do. If you would like to grab the raid message, feel free to grab the raid message. If you have the emotes, feel free to grab the emotes. If you don't have the emotes, feel free to just say generic raid message. Regardless, thank you so much for hanging out with me today. It's been very, very, very fun. Had a lovely time. I'll be back tomorrow morning doing some Hollow Knighting. And in the meantime, I hope you have a wonderful evening. And, yeah, you're all breathtaking. Thanks for hanging out today. I hope to see you again soon. And, goodbye and good night.